Thank you very much. The title of my talk is Biosignal-based cognitive systems and applications, and I will tell you in a minute what that is about. But first I would like to give you an introduction or a motivation why we are at all doing this. So if you watch people talking to each other, so if you look at human-human communication, what we can observe is that we as humans use many different signals. So for example, we're using speech to convey meaning. We're using also non-verbal speech like laughing. We're using gestures, facial expressions, and also we get information, for example, from touch and tactile information, like if you shake somebody's hands, you can really tell whether the person is nervous, for example. And we're also using other signals, which I would call for now biosignals. And what's really obvious is that whenever we have the chance, we would use multiple modalities and signals for communication, which makes it way more robust. So that means if one channel is corrupted or breaks down, we can rely on another one. One example is, for example, if you're in a very noisy restaurant or disco and you cannot really hear what the person is saying, we rely more on lip reading in order to follow what the person tells us. We also can do this very efficiently in real time and also can make sense of different channels in a redundant way. And we are very adaptive, so usually it takes a human being about 1 or 2 sentences, for example, to get used to, in this case, for example, my German accented English. Now, if we are looking at how humans communicate and interact with robots and with computers in general, this looks very different. So first of all, communication and interaction is not as natural as we are doing it with human beings. And the main reason is that so far our communication is limited to very few channels. And that also means if that channel breaks down, that the whole interaction breaks down. It's also unfortunate that the capabilities of machines to interpret our human signals is still very limited. And in particular, given the new trend in variable computing and in ubiquitous computing, there is no really eyes and hands-free interaction yet with ubiquitous devices. Now, this is not new. We know this for many, many years, and we are also battling this for many, many years. The point I wanted to bring across is that the problem now gets more serious, in my view. And the reason why this problem gets more serious is that more and more human-human interaction even happens through the machine. So I would call this machine-mediated communication. So many things we are trying to do with each other runs through a machine, and then if the machine and the capabilities are limited, then this may also hit our human-human communication. And just to give you a few examples of